My guild this son is currently recruiting. We do try to shoot for top 5 in S League. And with that in mind, we are looking for some high scoring members that are active in the game. And if you are interested in joining me, message me over on Discord. If you message in the past, message again. I am bad getting back to replies, I will be honest. But we do have high requirements, so we do require you having good characters, maxed out accounts, and active in the game every day. If you are, you'll benefit, of course, with more rewards when it comes to Guild Quest rankings. With that said though, let's jump into the video. Alright lads, so today we are jumping into the Nightmare difficulty, sorry for Guild Quests. Finally we get to try out Giselle for the first time in this game mode. Well, for me, it's the second time since we did stream it yesterday. But obviously, one of the big things about Giselle as a character was not only is that she's a really good character in any game mode, maybe not epic raids because unfortunately they do nerf it over there, but we've been also overdue a ranged Soriba killer to replace 7th anniversary Ichigo. For the better half of 2 years now, he's been holding it down as the best go-to character for this respective Guild Quest phase. And even now, with Giselle existing, you can still use him if you just want to beat the Nightmare Guild Quests. Him paired with someone like Academy Shuhei, who you can see here people are still using. He's the 4th most used character. They're a really good duo, especially when paired with Kiryu, and that was actually a team that I did use to beat Nightmare the last time it did come back. But if you are someone like me that wants to, one, not only get a high clear time more consistently, I also care about my ranking, Giselle is going to be the much better character, and at the same time also more available. While yes, Ichigo can be used in Guild Quest, ideally you do want duplicates of him. Ichigo 1 out of 5 might not be able to cut it, and that's where Giselle comes in. If you have her once, you're pretty much good to go in the ranged Soriba Guild Quest. And the way we are going to be using her today, unfortunately, I can't demonstrate the best team possible because I unfortunately do not own Future Society Orihime. If you have her, that's the best team instead of Tokinada, because Giselle, fortunately, does make Orihime better, as we do give 30% more damage to element-afflicted enemies to any Technique character. So that might be one of the best parts about Giselle, is that not only is Giselle the best lead, she also makes the best normal attack damage side a better character. With the build, of course, we are going to be using a Fortification Pill, Cape Fastener, and also Soriba Sticker, with a Stark and also Uryu giving us 20% more strong attack damage only when at full stamina, and of course also the recharge, and we are also using the Senkamon chat link, which also once more is giving us recharge and full stamina. I have removed Giselle's Transcendence, so the first couple runs we are going to be forming like a 1-5 character, only special move level 10, and then with that we have full stamina and also SP as bonus abilities. Tokinada is going to be my normal attack damage character, again because I do not own Orihime. So with that in mind, we're going full attack, golden chappy, and also sticker. With 3 normal attack damage soul traits, as much normal attack as I possibly can give him. He is max transcended, although his transcendence doesn't matter that much. As long as you have him level 10 attack, Giselle will carry. And with that in mind, we have full stamina and attack as bonus abilities. And then finally, right, one of the best parts about Gremmy's release is that it added more excitement to using Quincy's in Guild Quests, because Grammy is an amazing support for any Quincy character. 20% more strong attack damage, and then 30% more damage to enemies that are inflicted with an element to any Quincy. So with that in mind, of course, you know we have to use Grammy in the team to make Giselle a better character, and at the same time, use the Mugetsu link to get an additional 20% strong attack damage. His build doesn't matter, we don't care about how he's built, as long as he has the Mugetsu link on. For our very first run though, our first few attempts, let's try it out in the very hard Guild Quest, because Nightmare isn't always going to be here. Next time the ranged Super Guild Quest comes out, it's likely going to only be the very hard difficulty, so I do want to see how she does perform. So SA1 into the 3, already two-shotting right there, right? Giselle's SA1 in particular has a really good range, right? And then we can see here in this case that since we can apply the Dominate status on them, we can't really see the enemies do damage to themselves, but we can see that it basically gives us good crowd control. The stars in particular, Dominate, only last 9 seconds. Not even only. 9 seconds is quite a lot. So for the most part, the enemy itself can almost never hit you, especially in a situation like this, right? Where you're likely to pair Giselle with a, Grammy, who has a tracking vortex. That's also providing good crowd control. And we also have Orihime in the team, ideally, right? I unfortunately don't, but Orihime is the only normal attack damage character to have a tracking vortex as well. So with all these 3 characters combined, it's going to be very, very hard for anyone in your team to take damage. In this case, for our very first run, we weren't going for a super fast playtime, I just wanted to see how it felt. 42-second playtime. And that almost already beats Ichigo at max transcendence when getting lucky. Alright then, so let's try that again, this time try and get a more optimized score. So unfortunately in our case, we actually didn't inflict the statism in. Maybe that's like the one bad thing about Grammy being so good with Frenzy 3, is that he can actually inflict the statism before you. Let's use our EX here though. then SA1. Good damage thus far. And then in this case, we can just Soul Bomb into the 1. Of course, we do apply weakened defense. And then SA3, almost basically one-shot. A much faster run in that case. 48 seconds remaining now, 1 out of 5. And that wasn't even the perfect run because we didn't get a status one right away. And I would really like to try this team out with Aaroniero. Very salty, by the way, because obviously I'm a massive Giselle fan. I want to have like the perfect Giselle team. And the fact that I pulled on the future society banner and didn't get anyone, by the way, sucks. But here we are. 48 seconds on our second attempt. Let's try once more and try and get a sub 50 on the very hard difficulty. Because remember, we are only doing very hard right now. We'll jump into Nightmare after this one. All right, then, so here we go. So let's go up here. SA3, then SA1. And then I think we'll combine the SA2 into the 1. There we go. Might as well use our EX here. Then use our 1. Seems fairly standard thus far, right? Use our SA2 there. 53 seconds remaining. And then all we have to do now is SA1 or SA3 into the 1. I don't think we got a status proc right away, but as you can see, at least in the very hard difficulty, very easy, 51 seconds remaining. And we're doing a lot of overkill damage, but it is great to know that her strong attack kit works very well in and outside of Guild Quest, right? The SA1 that Giselle does have is like an 800 AoE in front of her. Really good for an SA1 where she has that built-in recharge. The SA2 I thought would be a tad bit iffy, but honestly it works well in combination with the SA1. You can never, of course, go wrong with a full screen strong attack 3, and then the EX attack is really good once more for crowd control. You're basically never getting hit with Giselle in Guild Quest content unless you decide to not use a strong attack. But now let's try out the Nightmare difficulty where the boss have a lot more HP. I think our main goal is to try and get around 30 seconds remaining, so let's go here, SA3. Unfortunately, I think at the very hard difficulty, it's not going to be that noticeable, but you'll see here, we actually didn't get a status proc on, what's his name? The boss, so in that case, we were missing out on 100% more damage. Luckily, though, since we still do 30% more, it wasn't too bad. Let's use our SA1 again. In this case, you'll see here that the boss is basically doing nothing. They do move around, so you have to be a tad bit careful. But they're basically damaging no one. Let's use our SA1. Don't want to use my SA3 just yet. We'll combo that into the 2. There we go. Going into the final boss to stand right in the middle. SA3, really good damage there. And we almost two-shot the final boss. Had Tokinada actually done more damage there, we actually would have been able to kill there without needing to use an extra strong attack. But at 1 out of 5, first attempt, we were able to get around 30 seconds remaining. And that wasn't even a good run. Gremmy, as good as he is sometimes, can be a bit annoying when he does get a status proc. So let's try that once more. And then our next run, we are going to add 1000 focus. So final attempt, only using an extra 500 SP. Let's use our SA3 into the 1. And we might as well finish up with the 2. Unfortunately, they kind of got dragged away. So let's hope that Tokinala can do some damage there. Not too bad. SA1. Group down with the 2. Really good damage there. And then I didn't need to use a strong attack 1 there, but the boss seemed to have killed themselves, essentially, which is what you love to see. Now, Grammy somehow died, but we are doing a lot of damage there. That was really good. Let's Soul Bomb into the 1. We're back up. Use our 2. Now, I believe in this case, this is where Tokinada's boost wears off, and we didn't get a status proc, unfortunately. Or again, sometimes that does happen, but you'll see here, I guess that could be a bad thing. And this is the problem that a lot of characters do have. And maybe that's why Bambietta is going to be good, by the way, where you'll see there, we went into the next wave, we inflicted a status limit, but unfortunately, the SP boost had not worn off yet, and then we didn't have max damage output for the final boss. And that's kind of the idea on why Bambietta will be good in Guild Quest once we do get the trier out, which I think is a while off, to be fair. But either way, consistent 30 seconds remaining using this team at 1 out of 5 in the Nightmare difficulty. That honestly is impressive, but now when we give the focus slot, so if you had Giselle 2 out of 5, it's going to look a lot more impressive. So there we go. We've now added the focus slot back onto Giselle. Now let's see how she does perform. Alrighty then, so let's see how this does go. So I feel like I want to use my SA1 right away just to get that out of the way because I don't want my teammates to take any damage, right? But we almost two-shot there with the strong attack. Let me use my EX. Seems like Tokinada did take some damage, unfortunately. But we'll keep it rocking. Going into Rukia, SA3, into the 1. Good damage there. Combo that into the 2. No status proc here, though. Unfortunately, we have lost our SP boost. Let's do our Soul Bomb into the 1. A really good damage. Almost one shot. We use our 1 again, and then going into Ichigo. Hopefully we can kill fast enough. SA3, into the 2, into the 1. Tad bit faster there, 36 seconds remaining. Definitely haven't gotten that perfect run yet, I feel like. But we are getting a tad bit faster. Let's try that again. All right, then. So going into attempt number 2, let's try that once more. I feel like I want to use my SA2, then 3. That feels a tad bit better. And then go in here. Let's use our SA1 into the EX. Maybe I should have used the EX first, but as you'll see, that will do a lot of damage. That's SA2. Down with the 1, then 3. Thus far, that's good, I'd like to say. Sorbonne will reapply the SP boost. There we go, really good damage. Might as well use our 2. That's now going to make this part a bit awkward, actually. But we did get a status proc, so no worries with Ichigo doing some damage. And in that case, 41 seconds remaining. We are getting faster, but let's try that one more time. And remember, right, especially in the Nightmare difficulty, if you can't clear fast enough, your no-attack damage character, if you don't give them full, recharge and stuff, they will eventually lose their boost, and that could cost them quite a bit of damage, so ideally you want to clear fast. In this case, we're doing pretty good. Let's EX. Then SA1. Mazu combo that into our 2. Thus far, that's good, right? So, bomb into the 1. Unfortunately, I'm going to reset that. Let's try that again. I like that combination of attacks. But the second we used our Sobomb was the second the SP boost wore off. So hopefully this can be our final attempt. Here we go. Little lag spike there, but SA1 into the 2. Almost there. Might as well just finish up with the 1. SA3 into the 1 once more. Then again, we use our EX. Combo that into our 2. SA1, unfortunately, one enemy's left alive, but we actually kill them relatively fast. And we have our boost ready. There we go. It'd be great if our SA2 could actually one-shot there. That would be amazing. And going here, SA3. Seems like we didn't get a status proc on the SA3, but it looks like we can get like 45 seconds remaining plus with Giselle at 2 out of 5 in Nightmare Guild Quest. But remember, it can get better if you do own Orihime. The difference is crazy, right? Not only does Orihime have a higher attack, she has more damage than Tokinada. Again, Giselle does buff Orihime, so I'm very salty, is what I'm trying to say, that I do not have Orihime. But either way, Giselle seems to be another addition to the game that does exactly what she wants to do, and is great at that. We've been needing a ranged story for Guild Quests, and Giselle is the perfect candidate for that. She's been an amazing character outside of Guild Quests. While it's been unfortunate that she can't inflict Dominate in epic raids, when you're in a full epic raid lobby, it's honestly not that bad. Dominate has been a fun and useful stat as well too. In this particular Guild Quest, you don't really notice it do damage to themselves. It definitely might help occasionally, but the main thing is that it just stops the enemies from doing attacks to you. Strong attack kit wise, it wasn't awkward to get a good score. There are times that we do get a character that has like capabilities of getting very high scores, but it's very awkward to use them. Maybe that's due to their strong attack kit. Maybe they don't inflict stat ailments as often. It seems like Giselle doesn't have a problem with both of those. And overall, if you've just been looking for a fun character to replace 7th Anniversary Ichigo, RIP Ichigo by the way, then Giselle seems to be the character for that. In the coming days, I'll try out Giselle once more at Max Transcendence. Again, we only tried it at 1525 today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Take care and peace.